And KCHW 102.7 bring you Artists on the Air, here to present their local flair.
Good afternoon, everybody. We are here with Artists on the Air. Your regular host, Diane Evans, is off for the week. We gave her some time to go out and about and sow her wild oats. We are here in the meantime. Myself, Chuck Ritchie. I am here in the studio we have the lovely Diane Kinsler. We have Cyndy Sergio, and we have Sally Bean here. These are all artists. I can't even speak. Diane, you are with the Arts Guild. You're here representing the Arts Guild. And our lovely local piano teacher, Cyndy. And Sally Bean, you are a local artist. You're with the Arts Guild.
Just a member of the Arts Guild.
Okay. I should, we should have
a promoter of artists.
We should have discussed this before. I've seen you around. I know your name, but I haven't really spent much time getting to know you. That'll change today, but yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. We are here. These are the promoters of the Taste of Chihuahua that's coming up next month. That date is Thursday, September 12th, from 4:30 to 8:30. Restaurants are going to be serving. We have the art auction at Quartzsite Brewery from 5 to 8:30. That's going to be happening. And welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Let's why don't we go ahead and take a little round? I did say your names, but let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Let's go ahead and start with you.
Introduce.
Tell us your name, a little bit about yourself.
Okay. My name is Sally Bean. I grew up in Chihuahua. In fact, my family homesteaded here in 1886. So my roots run deep, and I care deeply about this town. And I'm quite excited that it's becoming a very arts-oriented town.
Isn't it great?
It is great.
It's a lot of fun. So, what year did you say your family's been here since?
1886.
1886. I want to talk about that more in a bit, but right now we need to get to Cyndy over there. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
I'm Cyndy Sergio, and I am originally from Colville, where my family settled in the mid-1800s, moved to Chihuahua in 1977, and have lived here since. And yes, it's a wonderful, wonderful community.
Wow. So we got some competition going on here for the...
I think she beat me on the homestead date.
Wow, Sally, you're a newbie.
Yeah.
Wow. And go ahead, same thing, Diane. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, I suspect I'm the newbie. My name's Diane Kinsler, and I moved here in 1976. So I haven't been around all that time, but I have been with the Chihuahua Arts Guild since the beginning. So that's what all of us are, organizers of the Taste of Chihuahua.
Very cool. And I'm definitely the newbie here. I moved here in 2000. Well, we'll call it the late 2000 teens.
Oh,
the mid late, I guess 2017.
Wow.
But yeah, I think after we moved here, Taste of Chihuahua was one of the first, I guess outside of Chautauqua, that was still happening at that point in time. One of the first sort of Arts Guild events that we participated in and really, really enjoyed. And that was the moment I will never forget. Sporty served their mushroom soup, I believe, for the first time. That was 2007. Everyone's nodding their head. Yeah. Yeah. Everybody knows that soup. But I wonder if they just reserve that. I don't think I've ever seen it outside of Taste of Chihuahua.
Pretty much is the only time they serve it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's legendary.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
and they tried to not serve it one year, but the next year we told them, no, you have to serve your mushroom soup.
I remember that year because I was going to Sporty's all looking forward to my mushroom soup.
And it wasn't
they didn't
there.
have it. Yeah. Wow.
And that's hard on Jesse because he's such a great chef, and he wants to show off his skills. And everybody's begging for mushroom soup.
Mushroom soup. Soup is an art form.
Oh, yeah.
It really, truly is. It's a much, in my opinion, underappreciated art form.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a soup can make you emotional. I mean, lots of food can, but soups in particular, they bring that.
It can soothe you.
Yeah. They're good for the soul.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So tell us, and you guys can go round robin or whoever wants to speak up first. What is the Taste of Chihuahua?
The Taste of Chihuahua is the Chihuahua Arts Guild's annual fundraiser. And it's a fun and festive community event where the participants walk or drive if they have to, but most people walk, and oftentimes in groups to different restaurants in town. It's basically in town, including West Side Pizza, just a little ways out. But they go and they get a little taste here and there at the restaurants, a little sampling of what the restaurants can do. And there's art and there's music, and it's fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
It definitely is. All right. So Diane, how many restaurants, I know it kind of changes every year. How many restaurants would you say you normally have, and how many do you have this year? What are the... so I'm changing up your questions a little bit.
Yeah, we have, this is the biggest one we've ever had.
Yes.
And
good.
it usually is right around 8 restaurants, I want to say. This year we have 11.
See?
And we have a couple newbies. And we also have $3.95 coffee. John Raymond's going to be serving his great coffee over in the brewery.
Okay.
By the dessert table. So the new restaurants are Mystiqua Hotel Casino Restaurant. They're coming. And
where are they going to be located?
well, I'll tell you in a second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And
I'll
then
shut
the
up.
other new one is Andy's Sandwich and Sports. And Andrea of Andy's has been generous enough to let Mystiqua serve there. So
Oh, very cool.
it's great. There'll be 2 restaurants in there, and it's a beautiful space. So
It really is.
yep.
It really is. Is there going to be any music in there too?
No.
No,
We figure
okay.
enough's going on in there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Just have everything in there packed all at once.
Yeah.
All right, so that's kind of cool. That's kind of why I wanted to ask about the normal amount you have, because I knew there were more this year than you've had in the past. We have how many restaurants that weren't even here at this point last year?
Exactly.
We've got,
Oh, yeah.
well, Andy's
And one that's so new that they're not even in it this year, but probably will be next year.
right,
Yeah.
right, the
Yeah.
general store, which if anybody hasn't gone there before,
I've heard they're great.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a great, wonderful little environment to be in. They really did a good job fixing that place up. All right, so Sally, as we've established on the way in here, you are a part of the Arts Guild. Art is an important part of this event, correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
Nearly every restaurant and plus trails and gallery will be showcasing the work of local and regional artists. And the evening tops off with an wonderful art auction at the Quartzsite Brewery. And this has become a really anticipated event. And we get some pretty competitive bidding at this auction. And the pieces themselves come from either local artists or they're donated from the collections of Arts Guild members. And so people can really expect to go home with a great piece of art if they attend the auction.
I know, and it's hard not to, because you get in the bidding wars. I know. I think we've come up with something just about every year, at least make an effort to anyway. But we usually get outbid on most things. But yeah.
Oh, I've been in a
good
war
stuff.
with you, and you won.
Yeah, well, I believe that was that Ellen Dissler's
Yes, Eleanor
poppy paintings?
Dissler's,
Yes,
yes.
that's that's in our living room wall, so it's very beautiful.
I know.
Sorry about that. Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah.
All right, so Cyndy, as we established earlier, you're the town piano teacher.
Well,
you are
Chewela has 2 piano teachers.
you are one of the town
Yes.
piano teachers. Probably the one with the best smile. I'll say we'll go with that. I don't know. Sorry.
You know.
Sorry to I don't even know who is the other.
Sarah Cochran.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's
Sarah
right.
and I are great friends.
Yeah, who isn't great friends with you?
True.
All right, so tell us about the musicians who are going to be out and about around town.
Well, thanks, Chuck. We have a wonderful lineup of amazing musicians. This area is blessed with talent, I tell you. So we'll start at the Mountain Market, which Tom McLean, who lives in Valley, will be doing piano and vocals. He has participated in the Singer Series and Farm to Market, and and last year's Taste of Chihuahua as well. So he will be returning, and he's going to be at Mountain Market this year. So
Nice.
he's wonderful.
He also recently sung during Summerfest.
Oh, I didn't know that. We were out of town.
There was a brief singer showcase during
Okay.
during the show, and
Okay.
he was, I believe, the first one out to go
Oh,
sing. Yeah.
wonderful. Well, and he organized the Valley Fair
Yes.
center stage musicians as well.
And
So-
also a music teacher himself.
Yes, he is
Yes,
at
he is.
Valley. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
At the Yale Press, we'll have the one and only Dave Johnstone, who will be
Nice.
doing piano and vocals and possibly his trombone. I don't know if he brings that out. The Johnstones moved here in 1991. And he has also participated in the Singer Series and Taste of Chihuahua before, and he will be at the Yale Press as well as, and I'm going to give a little promotion for Joy to the World, December 1st. He will be part with his brass quintet at
Very cool.
Joy to the World concert, December 1st. And then at Sporty's, another lifetime resident here, Jack George, will be doing guitar and vocals, and he does kind of classic rock, mellow music, just a great entertainer.
That's a very familiar last name over there. At
Yes,
Sporty's.
yes,
Yeah.
it is. That's why he's there, and he will be at Sporty's again. That's Jack
Perfect.
George, and then at Fired Up Pizza, and this is probably why there's no one at Andy's, because they opened the doors for Dave and Ray DeVoe.
There you go.
Who moved here in 2010 from Texas. And David and Ray, during the summer months, have gigs in Washington, Idaho, and Oregon. And then in the winter months, he's the head of the ski patrol. And they will be at Fired Up Pizza.
The artist formerly known as the Singing Fire Chief.
Yes,
Yep.
absolutely, yes. And he has also participated in Taste of Chihuahua Singer Series, just very well-known musicians in the area. At the corner of Main and 395, we will have the Ladies Percussion Group, all
Yes.
local artists, just an energetic, wonderful, enjoyable group of ladies, and I don't know their names. Heartbeat. Thank you. I did not know
I
that.
think they changed their name.
Oh, okay.
It was Heartbeat with first time we hired them.
Okay.
But they're going to be on
So
the
they're-
corner there, and they're just delightful. So.
But they're still the heartbeat of Chihuahua.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And we don't actually hire them. They very graciously donate their time.
Yes,
Very
as do all of the musicians. And then at West Side Pizza, we have the one and only Bill Teeterman. He and Mimi moved here in 2021 full time. They were back and forth between Port Angeles, and he will be with Joshua Jacobson this year, and he's going to be playing guitar. Bill's on guitar, vocals, and percussion. So great lineup of musicians.
I know that Josh Jacobson, he's new to town. I've met him a few times. Wonderful, wonderful guy.
Yeah,
Really-
plays a great steel guitar.
Yeah.
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 Ooh, that's
I've seen him a couple times. He played during Winterfest. He played a steel guitar during Winterfest,
Okay.
and he's been at the Friday Market playing. And he's just just getting himself out and about, and really been part of a couple new projects since
Yeah.
he's been here. Really brought a lot to. Really good to have here in Chihuahua.
Yeah. So it'll be wonderful to hear him and Bill together. They are
Yeah.
definitely, yeah.
And that steel guitar is such a. I'm a big fan of the
Yeah,
steel
me
guitar.
too,
It's such
me
a great
too.
sound. It can be more versatile than I think people give it credit for.
Yeah.
Can be used all kinds of stuff. All right, so this one's for you, Sally. I know there's lots of there. I mean, we could probably go on the whole show about this particular question, but what do you think? How do you think this event benefits the town of Chihuahua?
Well, I've given this quite a bit of thought, and one of the things that's happening right now is that Chihuahua. I mean, people can be concerned that we're getting too many restaurants, but I feel like what's happening is Chihuahua is becoming a foodies town, and with all the great choices we have, I think we're just going to draw more and more people to Chihuahua to eat.
I agree.
We actually have more good places to eat than any other town in Stevens County, I think.
Especially given the size of the population.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can find places that are open any day of the week, which isn't true everywhere either. And for us, Taste of Chihuahua is a way to showcase those great eateries. and also introduce people to ones they haven't yet tried and encourage them to eat locally. And let's face it, when people come to town for a meal, they're likely to take care of some of the rest of their shopping as well.
Exactly. Well, yeah, especially, people coming up skiing, people coming up golfing, that encourages them to stay and maybe, there's this place that's got great breakfast, but they're not open till tomorrow. Let's rent an Airbnb. Let's stay in a hotel and spend another day here. This is how we get you. That's how we get you.
Right.
All right, I'm sorry. Did I cut you off?
No, you didn't.
Okay. All right. So I've been involved in a lot of these kind of events. I know takes an army to put this kind of stuff on, and the Taste of Chihuahua is a huge event every year. How many people does it take to put on this event? Who do you have? Are you always looking for more volunteers? Tell us a little bit about that stuff.
We have, like you said, a ton of volunteers, the ones we've just been talking about, the artists and the restaurant owners and the musicians, but we also have just right around 25 servers.
Ooh.
With big smiles on their faces, and they're just absolutely wonderful. And some of the servers tell me that they have as much fun serving as actually doing the event because they get to see everybody. So, yeah, that's a big part of it. Really, is to the camaraderie that you feel. This town is hopping during Taste of Chihuahua, and people are. So, huge smiles on everybody's faces, especially ours. But, it's really wonderful.
And people do say that one of the things they enjoy most is just getting out and seeing their friends and their neighbors and meeting new people. And it's just such a all-community event.
Yeah.
I agree. And I think to go back to the benefits of the town, these restaurants being able to really kind of step out of the maybe their normal menu a little bit and kind of show off the things they can do.
Yeah.
And yes, that goes for you, Jesse, and your mushroom soup. That's amazing. Even if it becomes a tradition and you know what you're going to get, it's that one time of the year. And I know he usually does the soup and a little something else too, doesn't he?
Well, he doesn't do the soup every single year.
I know.
Last year, I begged him. And he did it. But,
Maybe after he hears this radio program.
Right?
He's gonna go, oh, my word.
I don't mean to keep talking about that soup, but I have a teenager that likes mushrooms strictly because of that soup.
Oh, my gosh.
It got him the first time I had a bowl of it, and he's like, yuck, no, mushrooms, I'm not going to eat that. And then he kind of was like, oh, that actually smells really good. I'll take a little taste. And then he ate the whole thing. So I had to go get another one for myself. And then he slowly progressed, and now mushrooms are one of his favorite foods. He's always asking me to look and see if they have this kind of mushroom or this kind of mushroom. And he's looking up recipes for these exotic mushrooms online. And it literally stemmed from that soup.
So Jesse introduced him to mushrooms.
Exactly. All right, let's move off the soup for a little bit. I know all the other restaurants have awesome stuff, and figure out where do we get the tickets for this event, and how many? Do you guys have any idea how many are still left, Cyndy?
I do not have an idea of how many are left. I checked last week, and each Valley Drug and Acres Drugstore both have tickets. They had sold 50% of what they had at that time, and I check every Friday. Tickets are also available online at ChihuahuaArtsGuild.org. $20 a person, which is an amazing deal for what you get that evening.
It truly is.
But if you're ordering online, be sure that you do it before September 7th so that they can be mailed to you. And last year we had an issue with someone fraudulently selling tickets, and the people paid for them and never got them. So if you're going to resell tickets, make sure you're getting them to people that you know, and vice versa, that you're just real cautious about that.
Did you find out who was doing it?
No.
No, it wasn't anybody from Chihuahua.
No,
Oh,
it was
no, okay, okay.
a
Yeah,
foreign
it was-
country,
it was
I think.
an online
Oh,
thing.
Yeah, isn't
I
that
heard
crazy?
about that.
Yeah.
That's a real
How sad
thing.
is that? Yeah.
The
in
Chihuahua. It's because it's such a popular event.
Yes, that's
Who
what
would
I
have
said.
thought?
It's a sign of how popular this event has
Yeah,
become,
yeah.
that they
Right?
believe they could do that.
Yeah.
You know, I really do think, you think of the events every year. Obviously, we're not doing Chautauqua anymore, but that used to be one of them. Taste of Chihuahua is one of those events every year
Yes.
that it's like, okay, when is that happening?
Yes.
I would say, the festivals and the community yard sale, Taste of Chihuahua, there's probably a handful that are just must do events every year, and this is
Great.
definitely one of them. So if you haven't gotten your tickets yet,
Yes, get your tickets. They
And
we
remember, they are
almost
limited.
we almost always sell out. Yeah, I think we always sell
It's-
out, don't we?
Yes.
We have so far.
have
They're
already sold
they're
out.
limited
Yeah.
to 250.
right?
And so anybody who really wants to go should get their tickets
and get 'em early.
And
today.
it's August 20th now. The
Yep.
event is September 12th.
Yes.
So that's only 22 days away. It's about 3 weeks
Yes.
away.
Yes.
What's the earliest you guys have ever sold out of tickets? Do you know, off the top of your head?
Oh, I want to say 3 days before. I mean, and it becomes a scramble. Like the
Yeah.
phones,
Who's
they're
got
going
tickets? You got a
crazy.
ticket? People
Yeah.
are out. People out on the street corners.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
everybody. And also, I want to say that the restaurants don't serve the whole time during the event. They serve from 4:30 to 7. So because we have quite a few restaurants this time, people might want to get there as early as possible and hustle. We provide water at 3 different stations, and all that information comes with your ticket. You get information. And if you want to buy an alcoholic beverage or anything besides water, then you purchase it from the restaurant directly.
I don't know who'd want to do that.
Oh, yeah. Hardly anybody does that.
Right. So I will. I want to talk strategy here because I find that you got to have a strategy going into this. You got to pick your route because there's a good chance you're not gonna be able to hit everybody, or by the time you get to the end of the route, they're gonna be either out or which has happened to us pretty much every year. We like to rotate where we start. And we start at one end of town one year, the other end of town the other year, or sometimes we'll start in the middle and then work our way one way and then come back the other way. Do you guys have a strategy that you use or recommend? Or do you just go?
Well, I'm overseeing the whole thing, so my strategy is to get everywhere. But I'm probably moving faster than most people.
I typically start at one end and work down to the other end. But let me just say that we really are trying to encourage the restaurants not to run out because everyone has paid the same price for their ticket, and
Oh, yeah.
everyone deserves a sample when they get
Right.
there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not blaming the restaurants. I'm just
Okay.
saying, well, and I tend to dawdle anyway, so I tend to we try to rush through those last few because we spend too much time.
Well, you stop and visit.
I know, right?
That's
my,
part of the
Yeah.
event.
my kids always tug, come on, Dad, we got to go to the next place. They're gonna be out. Yeah.
But be sure and go to the art auction
Yes.
because it's amazing. That's where you will get your dessert also,
And your coffee.
and your coffee.
and who is
and-
providing dessert?
Rusty Putter.
That's what I figured.
Yep, the Rusty Putter is serving in the brewery, and if you want to have a lot of fun and walk out with a great piece of art, be sure and go to the art auction.
That's right. Now the art auction, is that all ages or is that 21 and over since it's in the brewery?
It's all ages.
all ages. Okay. And is there going to be, other than showings at other places, that's going to be the only place for art sales, correct? Is it the brewery?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
Although-
Trails and Gallery always
Yeah.
has their
Well,
art
I
for
mean,
sale.
Sure.
Other than that, where's Nandis? We need her to help her promote
Yeah.
the gallery.
Well,
Yeah.
and some of the places who show also have prices on their art.
Yeah.
But, they're not part of the auction. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And the Trails Inn Gallery has been a part of Taste of Chihuahua since the first year. So they're always open and they're generous and great. And a lot of people have never been in the gallery, so it's a great opportunity. They're down there anyways.
Agreed. So speaking of since the first year, how many years is this now that Taste of Chula has been done?
The first year was 2015,
Okay.
and other than a couple of years of COVID, it's been every year. So
Okay.
yeah,
And that was 2020 and 21 that it wasn't done, or was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Those were rough years.
mm-hmm.
We didn't have our Taste of Chula.
yeah,
That was
yeah.
that was really the
we
worst
didn't
part.
have lots of things.
The worst part.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Right.
the worst part, though.
No, it was. Yeah. All right. So, is there anything else you guys want to? Any words of wisdom? Any and any forgotten strategies that popped into your head now, or anybody you want to thank?
Well, thank you, Diane, who is the head of Taste of Chula, and she is an amazing, I like that word, organizer.
Aw.
Well, thank you, Cyndy.
She's just,
it
yeah.
all, and these two, without them, I'd be a crazy person. But all the volunteers and all the musicians and artists and restaurants, I mean, it really touches me to know what people are willing to give and do for this community and for the Chula Arts Guild.
Right.
I'm grateful.
And since this is one of our primary fundraisers, I find it really, really generous of the restaurants to support us the way they do in making this happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, and
It is a lot of work.
I'm sure they have to they have to pay their servers, and I'm sure they don't sell a lot of food off the regular menu during this event.
They do sell. They do sell some. There are people who come back for full
That's true.
dinners.
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. But I know they do it because they love it. They love the event, and of course, it does bring people back into their restaurant later on when
Absolutely.
they wow them with their offerings. And I honestly I can't think of, not that I would say it over the air anyway, but I can't think of any time I've ever had anything that wasn't really good.
Well,
You
that's
know,
good to hear.
I don't think
Cool.
I can't remember if we've ever had anything that wasn't enjoyable. And not that I want to think too hard about it,
Yeah.
but yeah.
Well, I know Jesse, the first year, he was pretty awestruck because he told me that there were people that came into Sporty's that had lived in the area for years and had never been in there until Taste of Chula.
Really?
Wow.
Huh.
So that's pretty cool.
So there is a benefit for them as well.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You know, I hear that a lot, and I just, I think we hit every restaurant in Stevens County within the first month we moved here.
You sound like my husband and I.
Right? Well, you gotta
Gotta
you gotta taste the wares,
Yeah.
You gotta figure out what's going on. All right. Well, if that about does it for you guys,
Cool.
we'll go ahead and remind everyone once again, this is Thursday, September 12th. The whole event is from 4:30 to 8:30. There's going to be some bid tallying shortly after 8:30 to announce the winners of the bids. That's when the auction closes at 8:30, correct?
Yeah.
The restaurants will be serving from 4:30 to 7 o'clock. Again, that art auction will be open for viewing the whole time. You can go inside silent auction, correct? Where you sign up. There you go. But the actual art auction itself will be mainly taking place between 5 and 8:30. And then is there and it gets pretty competitive there at the end.
It gets real competitive.
Like that's really, you don't want to put your bid in early in the evening and rest on your laurels. You want to make sure you get back to that brewery
Yeah.
and stand there and guard it.
And even with that competitive bidding, though, I think people still walk away with some great bargains from that art.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
They do.
absolutely. Absolutely.
They do.
Some of the artwork that we've come out with, I don't know if we would have been able to afford it otherwise.
Otherwise.
That's right.
Well, yeah.
But also the money does go to a great cause. And actually, before we get, that was one question I forgot to ask earlier. As you buy these tickets, is there another way, especially online, to donate extra money if you're willing to?
Sure. You can, on the Arts Guild website, you can donate money.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. There you go. And
Yep.
I'm sure you're going to have donation jars.
Yeah, we'll have
At
a
the-
yes.
Tip jars for
At
the musicians.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Tip jars everywhere. If you see a jar in front of somebody, put some money in it.
Whoa.
Yeah. There you go. I
Good
mean,
direction.
Even,
Yeah.
even if it's my water glass and I'm sitting there, you can throw a dollar bill in front of it. I don't care. I'm not proud. All right, everybody. So once again, those tickets are available Acres Drug, Valley Drug, or online at ChweelaArtsGuild.org.
That's it.
So make sure you get those tickets before they sell out because, gosh darn it, they're going to sell out
Yes,
early
they
this
are.
year.
And it's on the home page of the website that you'll find
There you go.
the place to buy the tickets.
You know, and I've noticed a lot of things like this there's a lot of enthusiasm for stuff like this right now. It feels like we're finally out, like properly out of the whole COVID. I know it's still kind of going around here and there, but as far as events and stuff, we've kind of gotten past any stigmas involved in that. And I think people are just really raring to go out. The weather's going to be cooler. It's not going to be 1,000 degrees outside. It's going to be, my guess, I'm calling it right now, it's going to be a beautiful evening. I know it's too soon to tell, but I'm just going to go ahead and put that out right now to the
Okay.
universe.
I love
It's going to
it.
be a beautiful evening.
We're ordering that up, and
Yep.
it's
Yeah,
gonna
Yep.
happen.
yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was last year. I know
Yes,
that.
it
And
was.
if you're planning on buying your ticket online, don't wait till last minute because I mail them out. So I take them offline
Okay.
prior to, like about 5 days out. So, yeah.
Okay. That's cool. That's good to know. I didn't know that.
Uh-huh.
Very cool. But get them. Get them.
Get them.
Get them. All right, everybody. That about does it for this week's Artists on the Air. We've had the lovely Sally Bean, Cyndy Sergio, and Diane Kinsler with us, and I'm Chuck Ritchie. You can tune in right here tonight on KCHW. We have it's opening on the other screen here. 6 to 9 p.m. is Dr. Jazz live in the studio. Then from oh gosh, I see I have stuff written on there that doesn't belong to today. From 9 to midnight, we have the Soul Show with Mike Canton. You can join us tomorrow morning. We are going to be joined with our mayor, Greg McCunn, and Jim Caruso on the morning show that runs from about 7:20 to 9 o'clock. They're going to be joining us the second half of the show. There's a really cool program they're going to be talking about. The city just got a bunch of money for air conditioners. For the split unit air conditioners, there's been a lot of issues with I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but it's to help relieve some of the power grid issues we've been having, the excessive power use, especially some people that can't afford air conditioning, especially after all this heat. You know, it puts a lot of stress on you to be in the heat. But I don't want to give too much away. I'm going to let them talk about it tomorrow. They're going to be joining us in the morning. Thursday morning, we have a very exciting guest I'm happy to have on the show. She recently had her tiny home stolen from her in Spokane, and it was returned. And this story has actually gone viral across the U.S. I've actually seen posts about it in other countries, talking about this poor woman who had her tiny house stolen out of her storage unit. I spoke with her the other day on the phone. Lovely woman. She's got pretty great messaging about it, though. She's not. She's staying positive about it. She's not down on anybody, but we're really going to talk about some of the benefits of tiny home living and
Fun.
which I can relate to because I did it myself for a few years. So we have that in common. But very excited about that. Might even be the biggest audience we've ever had online for our listening audience to a show. I'm a little nervous. We got a lot of people that might be tuning in for that one. It's kind of gone viral, like I said. And again, this is KCHW 102.7. This has been Artists on the Air. Thank you guys for coming in.
Thank
you guys have a good one.
Thank you, Chuck.
No problem. All right, I'm going to lead us out with the same song we came in with, KCHW 102.7.
Listen in as the Chweela
guys.
Arts Guild
So
and
how do we see it?
KCHW 102.7 bring you Artists on the Air, here to present their local flair.